things moving forward. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to hand it over to Sam at Endpoint. So welcome, Sam, to NetSuite Demo Day.
Perfect. Thank you so much for the intro, Amy. Appreciate everyone joining today. Would like to talk a little bit more about the Endpoint platform and application, which really extends the functionality of inventory operations and inventory control from the NetSuite ERP system. So as you can see on the screen, this is what the Endpoint cloud application looks like. On the right, we have a web console module, which is showing what you would access on a browser on a desktop, and on the left is going to be the mobile application. Mobile application is both available in iOS and Android, virtually the same on both systems, so a very wide variety of mobile devices that you can use. So how Endpoint really strives in expanding the functionality, there's much more real-time visibility in your inventory when you're using a system like ours with the connectors in place to have near real-time integration with your NetSuite system. So the NetSuite system would still be the item master. It would be the same place that you make your purchasing and your invoicing decisions. But really, anytime inventory is moving, that flows from NetSuite into Endpoint, and you transact on it in the warehouse or at the ground level, as we like to say, within our system. Here on the web console, you can see we have embedded Power BI right on the home screen. So the home screen involves or includes a number of different Power BI dashboards right out of the box, including inbound insights, outbound insights, accounting information, user performance information, manufacturing as well. So really good real-time visibility into where your products are located, what your availability might be for those products, and so on and so forth. So when you implement a system like ours, a system like Endpoint, all of your bin information and a little bit more granular inventory information, such as additional attributes for your inventory, will live within the Endpoint system. So you can see that as far as availability goes, we can see things such as, how much do we have in the warehouse, how much has been ordered on sales orders, how much is coming in on purchase orders, and therefore, what is available. So some of the mobile functionality that coincides with what we have here in our desktop application. Again, the ribbons on the left is going to follow how inventory moves into the warehouse. So we have our inbound console or receiving console here. And you can see that we are shown all of our purchase orders. Again, these are entered in NetSuite the same way they are in a non-integrated system, and then they flow into our system. This allows the users on the floor to use scan guns and scanning capabilities to perform those receipt transactions. So we can see a couple of them here. They are ordered in the purchase date. So we do have one here that I can show, which will show all of the specific items on that purchase order. As you make receipts and close them out, these will flow back into NetSuite for invoicing. Other functionality that is available would be printing directly from the handheld devices. So we have seen mobile printers as well as just printers set up, label printers in the warehouse to print your item labels directly as you receive them. Um, Another functionality that we have here would be acquiring barcodes. So you can acquire the barcodes that your vendors send you and use those moving forward. Once you acquire them once, they are tied to that item and you're able to use them moving forward. You can have unlimited barcodes attached to a singular item SKU internally and use those moving forward. Just close out of this purchase order and hop into the second one. The other thing that Endpoint has is the ability to have lot tracked, date tracked, and serial tracked items. So in this case, if I'm receiving some of this black tabletop, we would be able to capture that lot at receipt and carry that throughout the system. So what this does is it allows NetSuite to really just handle what NetSuite is great at, which is a little bit more of the financial side of things, and allow our system to do the heavy lifting when it comes to the inventory controls. All right. So similarly, we do have put away, moving, picking operations within the system. So within the four walls, you are able to put away items, and when you are putting them away, you can set up things such as primary bin locations, which will allow you to direct the user to put away specific items into specific areas. It will also the system can also show you where items are co-located if you wish to put them away into that location. So I'm using the keyboard currently. All of our fields within our system are scannable and they are configurable to force users to scan within them as opposed to typing in like I just did there. So a very configuration heavy system and a very configurable system based on client workflows. A couple other things I want to talk about here is if we scroll to our left, we'll see some of our more field service centric tiles. So we do have a big part of our system is going to be field service related, including jobs and consuming parts against those jobs or issuing parts against those jobs, requesting inventory from specific warehouses to be delivered out to you or to be picked up by you. Those are all or can be proximity based on the user and what or where they're located when they're logged into the mobile device. So a lot of functionality there. We also have manufacturing, kitting functionality. A lot of that lives within our web console here. So similar to our inbound console, we'll see a manufacturing console, which is showing specific manufacturing jobs, which will be within the system, and those can flow directly from NetSuite, and you can handle all of your production directly out of our system. We'll send back the component usage as well as on the mobile device, we are also able to track labor against those jobs. So if you're tracking labor during your production, we can track that in conjunction with your production and send that back to NetSuite for invoicing or billing or accounting. Moving down our ribbon list here, on the outbound side of things, this is going to be everything leaving the warehouse. So our pick requests and returns is going to be our main category here. This is going to show sales orders or picks for our raw materials for our manufacturing orders, so on and so forth. If I were to go into the picking tile, you can see the 3 sales orders that I have here, which again, NetSuite is still really the master of this data. So they enter NetSuite and then they flow into our system to be or to add fulfillment to, and then sent back up based on how much we actually pick and actually ship. So you can see these are ordered by our delivery date or expected delivery date here, so you know what you need to work on first and foremost. Last thing worth mentioning, we do have integrated third-party shipping systems. So, if you do wish to integrate as well with a, price shopper shipping system, that sort of thing, we will directly talk to that system via industry standard APIs, and they will pass back the relevant information, such as tracking numbers, costs, that sort of thing, and they will be sent back to NetSuite to be recorded against that original sales order. And then last thing worth covering is just inventory counting. So since we are run completely separately from NetSuite, you are able to perform all of your counts without freezing your inventory. So throughout the year, you can make counts, or you can set up all of your physical counts at the end of the year within the system, and you don't have to freeze your inventory. So the system will know, if there's sales order picking going on at the same time as counting is going on, it takes that into account when we see our variances at the end of it. The system is able to create a number of different counts, including item counts, bin counts, where you define the range of bins, counting by bin, which is a bit of a hybrid of the two, as well as ABC cycle counts. So you can assign ABC values to your items and count them throughout the year as you please. And then the last thing would just be reporting. So we do have a list of canned reports here. These are SSRS reports. There's about 60 of them. But as we saw right in the beginning, our dashboards on the home screen are really going to be the main driver in the PBIX format. And you are able to update and upload, your own PBIX reports with access to our backend tables and put those into the system to load directly on the homepage. So again, appreciate the time, everyone. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat.
Yes,
And
thank you so
we'll
much,
be
Sam.
happy to talk more. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you for kicking off NetSuite Demo Day. I truly appreciate it. So yeah, if you have any questions for Sam, put them in the chat so he can answer.